Welcome to another episode of Master Mind Bites. Hi, my name is Fong. I'm an entrepreneur, business strategist, real estate investor, speaker, and also a best-selling author. And every single day, I help others unlock the potentials and guide them to succeed. Over the last several years, I have been fortunate and very honored to meet some of the most amazing people on earth, some of the most successful people, some of the masters of their skill sets, and just learn from them, hear their stories, be in the presence, and just absorb the information that they have to share. And the reason why I have this show is so that I could share back some of those stories, share back some of those lessons learned, so that we can all apply those skill sets, those strategies, those stories into our everyday lives and also in our businesses as well. Today, I am very, very happy to feature the one and only Steve Wozniak, co-founder of Apple. Now, the thing is, we can walk outside right now and we can see Apple products everywhere. We know a lot of other people who are using Apple products all the time and every single day. So that not only do they have one product, they have 2, 3, 4, 5 products, and they all work together. And none of that would be even possible if it wasn't for Steve Jobs and also Steve Wozniak. He started all as an electrical engineer, and he just absolutely loved engineering. He absolutely had a passion in creating new things, creating things that made life easier, and he just loved doing all that kind of stuff. And listening to him speak, you can so tell that he is absolutely passionate about what he does. He's so excited. You can hear it coming out of his heart, how much he loves designing, creating, and engineering new products and coding and building computers. And you could just feel that passion coming out of him. And that's something I think everybody needs to have, is that when you are really passionate about what you're doing, about what kind of service you're putting out there, what kind of offers you're putting out there, and you absolutely love what you're doing, then you have that extra bit of motivation to do it better. You have that extra motivation to do it well and also do it with justice, so that the people that you're working with will actually appreciate what it is. The thing is, he had an absolutely great partner in Steve Jobs. The two of them were goes so well in hand that it made that company the way it is today. Steve Wozniak was that person who designed the stuff. He designed stuff that he absolutely loved. He designed stuff that he actually wanted to make and that he absolutely cared for. And he had a really good eye on recognizing talent and finding that talent and recruiting that talent and having all those people work together, code together, and motivating them to create something that everybody wanted. And number one is they all wanted it for themselves as well. And the thing is, Steve Jobs was that amazing individual who was able to look at those products and go, hey, we can monetize this. We can bring this out to the world. We can absolutely sell all this stuff and then keep on building and building and building and building. And I thought that partnership is absolutely phenomenal, because you have two people who have two different skill sets and was able to work together and really explode an idea and add that and change the world with it. He used to work at Hewlett Packard, and the thing is, he loved that job so much, but he absolutely cared about what he was creating there with Apple, and that's why he quit. He quit that company and then built the Apple II, Apple I, and all those great products, and built Apple as a company as we know it. Now, the thing is, he has so many lessons, so many things that we can learn from, but there's 4 main things that I thought was absolutely amazing, and something that we can all put into our daily lives and also in our business to really maximize our ability to succeed as well. The number one thing that I thought was really great to hear from Mr. Steve Wozniak was simplify things. How do you make things more simple so that you could get to the end result faster? Now, this actually came about because they started off with very, very little funds. So they have to think about, how do we make things cheaper? How do we make things cheaper without giving up the quality? So how do we make it smaller? How do we make it faster? How do we make it better, but still not lose the quality that we want the people to experience? And that's why he thought about simplifying. And the best thing about simplifying is less parts. So he could be originally working with, let's say, 50 or 60 different chips or different pieces, and he could reduce that down to only 5 or 6. And that is absolutely amazing, because he really simplified everything. And if you can do away with all those extra parts, obviously you're going to get something smaller, more sleek, and smaller in size. And he was one of those people who was able to design something that they used to fill up rooms. Like computers used to fill up rooms, used to weigh tons and tons and tons, but he was able to bring that down into a small size and as a desktop computer. So simplifying is one of the most important things in business. You don't want to have any pieces that's not needed. You don't want to have any pieces that complicate anything. So that's why Apple was so successful, because they were able to simplify. Now he's actually taken that concept and went to the next level and applied it to life too. He goes, the thing is, when you simplify the product of Apple, basically what you want to do is you want to get to the success faster. And success is happiness. So how do you get to happiness faster? And he came up with this formula, like the engineering that he is, H equals S minus F. So what does that mean? It's actually happiness equals smiles minus frowns. So more smiles that you have in life, the better, minus all the frowns that you have, and you can get to happiness faster. So when it comes to designing something, when it comes to creating a product, he did away with all the frowns, all the meaningless items and pieces, and he had more smiles. Hence, you have more success, which is more happiness. In life, the more smiles that you have, the better. When it comes to frowns, the thing is, how do you go against having that many frowns in your life? In his words, he thinks that you just don't have to care so much about things that's not going your way. You don't have to win all the arguments. You don't have to care about the differences that people have with your ideas or what they're saying. If you don't care so much about it and just move on and keep on building, you'll have less frowns and more smiles, which means more happiness. Now, the thing is, he actually upgraded his formula to H equals F cubed, and that is food, fun, and friends. And he's a person who always loves to have fun. In fact, Jessica and I have one of his emails where we can email him as many jokes as we want, and he actually sends back jokes to us because he loves seeing humor. He loves having a great time, and that's one of the 3 F's he has. So fun, friends, and food. And he loves that environment of just working together, having fun, having more smiles, and more smiles leads to more happiness, and basically more simplified life. So that's the first thing that I thought was really incredible that he talked to us about and shared with us about, and that is simplify, get to the success and the happiness faster. And how do you do that? By having more smiles and minusing more frowns. The second thing I thought was really incredible about Steve Wozniak was the fact that he appreciated all those people that helped him get to where he was. When Apple first started, it was the main 2 drivers was himself and Steve Jobs, but he also recruited a lot of other individuals, some high school kids, some university kids, some people who were just there to help them build the computer, help them program and code and all that kind of stuff. So when Apple made it to a point where it made lots of money, there's lots of stocks, lots of value in their stocks and whatnot, Steve Wozniak actually felt that it was unfair that there was only a handful of people at the top that got so much value and so much money and so much funds because of those stocks, that he goes, you know what? He had to go and appreciate those who got them to where he is today, got them to where they are at that time, which was a very, very successful company. And therefore, he took what he had as stocks, which is about $20 million worth of stocks. And he took that and distributed to 5 of the main key individuals that helped them get to where they were at that time. And those were maybe the high school students or the university kids who helped them build and code. And his thought process was, if they weren't there to talk to him and discuss things with him, to challenge him, and also to have fun and swap stories with, Apple computers would not be where it was at, and therefore he would not have been worth as much as he was, and hence he shared his stocks with those 5 individuals. So I thought that was very, very important because he understood the importance of the people around him. He understood of that concept of building a very strong team and having good, talented people around you and appreciating that fact. So for us, we need to really think about who got us to where we are today, who was there to help us, support us, and always recognize and thank them and have gratitude and recognize the fact that you didn't do everything on your own. And that's something that Steve Wozniak absolutely did when he gave back some of those stock values to those 5 individuals. The next thing I thought was really incredible was that he truly believes that everybody needs to explore their curiosity mindset. He believes that everybody in the world was born to have a true sense of curiosity. When we were kids, we were babies, we would crawl around and we're opening cabinets, looking for things. What does this taste like? What does that feel like? What's in here? What's in there? And the thing is, all that curiosity kind of disappeared when we're put into schools, when we start having rules. And in schools, we're then taught that there's a right answer to everything. There's a curriculum. We have to follow these certain rules. We have to follow the curriculum. We have to follow a certain way of thinking things through to arrive to the answer, which means everybody will have the same answer and everybody would then classify that as intelligence. Well, the thing is, that's facts and everybody now knows the same thing. But what we're not doing is we're not asking the right questions to explore that curiosity. When the question of if one boat goes this way and one boat goes this way, what time will they actually meet at this location? Well, the truth is, it's unknown because there's so many different factors. First of all, the streams won't actually cross that way. And there's so many other weather constraints and what's in the boat and all that kind of stuff. But in school, we're taught to think one direction, one-dimensionally, and get to that same answer. So what we need to really do is expand that curiosity, surround ourselves with more people who are asking questions, surround ourselves with people who have different mindsets and different expertise so that we are able to explore our curiosity more and more often. And that's something he really, really stresses. The fourth thing that I would like to share with you that I really learned from Steve Wozniak is really, really believe in your product. Believe in what you're doing and be true to it, because not everybody is going to support you. Not everybody is going to be there to tell you it's the right idea or the right path. When Apple started, there's so many doubters, so many people did not pick up their product, so many people did not want to work with them. And the thing is, they truly believed in what they were creating. And that's why he stresses so much about creating something or designing something that you truly want yourself. Design it for yourself. If you truly want that product that you're creating or that service that you're providing, then there will be others who want the same thing. And he was very, very true to that. He really believed in the products. So that's why he eventually sold everything that he has. One of the most expensive, most valuable items that he had was a calculator. And he sold that for, I think it was less than $500 or so. And he used those funds to fund that first computer. And between him and Steve Jobs, they both did the same thing. They sacrificed a lot, sold a lot of their own things, used those funds, fund their own projects, and then from there, sold that stuff, fund the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing. And that's how Apple was built. He quit his job and spent more time focusing on what he truly believed was going to be the best product in the world for him and also for the rest of the world. And that's why we see what we see today. Another funny story I thought was pretty interesting was that iconic commercial in 1984, and where Apple computers really came out and changed the world. That commercial that aired at the Super Bowl and was that one that goes think differently. It's so different than anything else that we've seen. It's one of the best commercials out there, so effective. And there was actually a point in time where that commercial was not going to be aired because it was going to cost somewhere around $800,000. And there was some media talk and some higher ups that's saying that they don't want to air it, all that kind of stuff. But Steve Wozniak at that time loved that commercial so much. And between him and Steve Jobs, both of them loved that commercial so much that represented the two of them so well because they thought differently than everybody else that they really wanted to have that commercial aired. And the two of them was willing to go, hey, why don't we split the difference? The two of them will fund the payment of the $800,000 and then air the commercial. Well, it didn't actually have to come to that, but they were absolutely willing to do that because they were so truthful and so believed in that message that they wanted to get it aired, and they wanted to do everything they could to get that out there. So that's why I truly thought that believing in your product, believing in that service that you're putting out there is a great lesson to learn from Steve Wozniak. So those are the 4 things I really picked out from the stories that he shared, the stuff that he talked about. And I thought that those were very important elements that we can put into our daily lives and also our businesses as well. So once again, the very first thing is simplify. And how do we simplify to get to more success? Well, that's also happiness. Well, you subtract the frowns from the smiles. The second thing is appreciate those people around you. Appreciate the people that got you to where you are. Number 3 is you need to research and open up your sense of creativity and curiosity. And number 4, really truly believe in what you're creating. Create those products for yourself and stand by those things that you're creating, stand by those things that you're offering, and just be truthful as to what you're putting out there that is of value, and really stand by your own product. And that's it. So thank you very much for following this episode on Steve Wozniak. If you enjoyed this episode, there's a lot of other episodes on Mastermind Bites. There's Arnold Schwarzenegger, Weird Al, Michael Irving. And if you like this series, there's other series, for instance, the Unlocking the Mind Behind Make More Work Less, and also the Peak Potential Success Show. So please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, today is the day to unlock your potential. We'll see you later.